Yes, it is another time again for a new video clip. The reason why I have decided to post this video clip is simply because a couple of friends have requested if I could repost something in regards to this business that I've been doing it for a while. And if you can see, this is actually my business location here in the Douala, Cameroon, where I've been doing business there for a couple of years. I've been in the brokers business or in the use and then resell product business for a couple of years. But at this point of time, things have been getting very, very changed. And I'm trying to see how I can switch the business to something else. At first, I used to, deal with shoes. I used to deal with a lot of suitcases, electronics in general, as you can see. But things are no longer the same again. We used to, in like 2012, 2013, when we started this used product shipment in Cameroon, things were actually much better. But now it has turned out that you need to, at least work extremely hard to make ends meet. To make things meet. Sometimes we used to bring like a refrigerator. We used to bring like all these things you can see here. And actually, this is how the business environment here in Cameroon looks like. It looks very nasty. But that's where the money comes from. So a lot of things I want to pinpoint here about the brokers business is that people have been requesting me to post the most recent videos on how they can better manage or how they can get involved in shipping containers in Cameroon. But one thing I would like to advise a lot of them is that, business, one thing I'd like to remind them that business is something that every day it gets changes. Sometimes you think that it's very easy to do it, but until you get yourself involved there, before you can actually understand that it is not as easy the way people were thinking. Like I will say, I used to ship containers, and there were times that maybe I would ship like 5 containers or 8 containers a year. But as time goes by, things have really changed. And the one thing I want to advise is that to ship a container is not the question of asking how much it could cost, or it's not the matter of asking how does the sales goes, because each container solely depends on what you want to ship. A lot of things depend on what you want to ship, and asking on what you want to ship, it is the type of product that determine. Is the type of product that Leslie is the type of product that you are shipping that determine the cost that it will take you to ship. So others do request that how much does it cost to discharge, or how much does it cost to ship. It's all right. How much does it cost to clear a container here in Cameroon Douala port? Or what I would need to advise is that clearing a container here, it solely depends on the type of product that you have shipped. It also depends on the type of cars that they are found in your container. Because, for instance, if you bring a container that you have like a Toyota Highlander 2010 and above, just that car alone is about 6 million. and 6 million is about $12,000 just for the custom duty before you start to look on other expenses on the merchandise, which makes the value very, very unpredictable. So at a certain point, what you ship or the cost of a custom duty solely depends on the type of product you put in your container. And sometimes people pose question that how much does it take to ship a 40-feet container? I will also let you to know that shipping a 40-feet container, you can use $5,000 or $5 million or $10,000 to ship a 40-foot container. Plus, you can use even $200,000. For instance, you want to ship like electronics, like what you are seeing here. This can even cost you maybe up to $500,000. And then if you want to ship like computers, like you can see, those are laptops. It can cost you approximately that type of amount. But if you wanted to ship things like suitcases, like you are seeing, and bicycles, it can cost you maybe about $20,000 or $40,000. And then maybe you want to ship it and put like 2 vehicles there, because vehicles, they take a lot of space. In that sense, it is what you are loading that determines the cost. And there are some people who are very, very anxious of shipping a container, but they don't have the capital. So sometimes they go to Europe, they move around in the dustbin, the trash, and they pick all type of trash. So if you want the goods that they are clean, you need to spend money. But if you want to move around and pick things left and right, then you may realize that you may load the container very cheap, but when you come here, you will not be able to even make the money that you even spent for the custom duty. For instance, there are sometimes we pay custom duty here up to $9 million, and $9 million is about $20,000. So in that sense, sometimes it can be very, very cost expensive when you don't load the container very well. And in addition to that, when you are doing a business, sometimes you need to maximize your profits, because I have been advising a lot of people that business is not about counting the number of containers that you ship, but it is to ask yourself, how much have you made out of the business? Some people, they said, I've loaded 10 containers or I've shipped 10 containers this year. But if you actually ask them how much they have made out of the container, they cannot even tell, and they don't even know if they are losing or they are making some money out of it. So it's a very good thing to always maximize your profit, know what you are doing, and know where you are heading to. We don't count number of containers, but what we count in business is profit. We don't count a lot of things that people do think that if they ship, they do it more for a prestige. So at a certain point, they are counting by container, but they don't count their profit. And then also, like here, custom duty in Cameroon is something which is very, very unpredictable. Like I mentioned in my last video, there's a lot of bribery and corruption. A custom officer could ask you to give maybe $5 or maybe $500 or $1,000 or maybe 500,000 francs for them to write a report. When you refuse, they will just write via container visit at domicile, which in English it means after they have done everything, they will still send a team to come and do inspection by the time you are offloading. And under normal circumstances, if that team leaves the port and come at your offloading place, no matter the circumstances, you have to spend at least 3-4 times compared to what they were asking you to give to them like bribe. So it is more, they are all collaborators. The way they do things, they are all collaborating. So in a nutshell, life here is very good. But when I look at the way the government encourages people to do business here, it is more of their instead discouraging people. Because there is just no way that they are promoting Cameroonians, even foreign investors, because everything in the system is so corrupt. Even the time you offload the container, when you are arriving where you have to offload, there's another equipe, they call them douane mobile. That means mobile douanes who comes there, or mobile custom department that they comes here to take money again from you before they would let you to open the container. And sometimes when you even offload the container, the rate that in which you sell is very, very difficult, because you have spent close to like 20, you have spent close to $30,000 or 15 million just for the transport and clearing and custom duty, which in normal circumstances, that 15 million or that $30,000 is just from is coming out just from your profit. So when you offload the container, you will sell like a month, and all the money is going just for the custom duty and the transport, which makes it very, very difficult. So at this point in time, where there's this socio-political crisis in Cameroon, I've decided to stop the business. I've decided to relax in shipping, because I realized that for my past 2 containers, I did not make any money out of it. And in addition to that, you will not imagine the type of loss that I have lost. I used to bring bicycles, and all these bicycles, they were mostly bought by these people in Southern or in Bamenda and Boya. But now when you bring the bicycle, nobody is willing to buy, because the business has been grounded due to the problem that they are having in this country now. So people have been saying that they want to get involved. If I've once advised you not to ship any container now, it is not like I don't want to, motivate you. It is just because I've been into the business, and I've realized that things are no longer what it used to be. A lot of things have changed, and in the nutshell, it's very difficult when you even ship this container and then you are not on the ground. Sometimes when people who sells it, they will make mistakes. Maybe things that you bought them for like $20, they may not know the price. They may sell like $5, and you will think that maybe they have sold and squandered the money. Meanwhile, it's just simply because they are unable to figure out the actual price that you actually buy the things. So the idea of doing this container business, you actually have to be constantly on the ground, at least 1 month after you have ordered the container to exchange the goods. And then sometimes there's a lot of, injustice. People will come and steal the stuff. So a lot of things goes on. I'm just posting this because people have been requesting for the updated video of it. Today is 6th of April. Today is Monday, the 6th of April 2018, and the time here is exactly 2:30 p.m. Cameroon time. And this is Isaac's voice, the manager of American Business Center, which is located in Douala, Cameroon. And you can see in front of me a couple of customers that they are out to buy most of these cell phones. And since we are facing the difficulty in business here, because most of the business are being grounded, the best thing we can do is that I have to figure out another way that I can continue with the business, which is not going to be more expensive. So most of the time now, I only carry my stuff, or I carry my thing, and then I use the airplane, because airplane is a little bit cheaper. Because when you bring it at the Douala seaport, the way the custom do exaggerate the custom duty is so discouraging. So now I don't deal with bulk things again, like you can see. But what I deal with it most, I deal with electronics, which are very that contain very lesser weight, and that contain very lesser weight, and they can do this thing. That contain very lesser weight, and they takes very little space. And right in front of me here is Mr. Tembi Ezekiel, who is like my electronic engineer. He has been working with me for close to 3-4 years, and he has been doing extremely well. So, Mr. Tembi Ezekiel, what can you say about this business? It looks like your boss is getting out of hand, or is getting out of business. What can you say about the business?
Well, to me, I think the only problem we have now in hand is this
Political issue.
crisis in Cameroon. It's really bringing down businesses, not only in the southwest and the northwest region, but also in the French zones. Like here in Douala, that is the economic capital. It's really tough because Cameroon used to be the heart of business in Cameroon is the northwest and the southwest
Right.
in terms of second-hand use products. So now in Cameroon, because of northwest and southwest, Cameroon might really go bankrupt.
Yeah, but I can really understand with you, because at the beginning of my video, I actually mentioned that things are getting very changed, because we used to bring like bicycles, and a lot of people that were buying them, they were mostly people from Southwest Province and the Northwest Province, because they have a lot of schools which are located at the outskirts of the town, and they always buy bicycles for children to use it as a transportation means to go to school. But now that schools are not even going there, if you bring bicycles here, bicycle we used to sell them for 40,000, which was like $80. Here, if you can find, you will not even sell even up to half of the price. That makes things very, very difficult. And I just keep on praying that things may get changed. But like we always say, it can take a week to scatter something, or to demolish something, but it will take a year for you to rebuild it. So when I look at the future of business in Cameroon, to be honest with you, it's going to be very, very tough. Even if this socio-political crisis is over, it doesn't change the fact that it doesn't mean that things are just going to automatically get better. But it will take a long time for them to rebuild what we have lost so far, because like I, as a business operator, I've already lost close to 15-20 million, which is about $30,000 to $40,000, because you look at things like these suitcases. These are things that I used to bring them, and we sell them pretty fast. These things have been here for the past 3 months. Nobody's coming in for them. Even look at this, all these speakers here and computers here. These are things that we used to bring them and we'll sell them within 1 to 2 weeks. But these things have been here now for the past 3 weeks, the past 3 months, and there's no magic to tell me that I can still sell this thing at the same price, because sometimes to get bad, sometimes they can fall down, like things like this, they can actually get broken, and you cannot sell it at that same price. So we tend to lose a lot of money. Even the keyboard, like you can see, it's the buttons they pull out, like you see. This is not how I bought it. It's just because they have overstayed in the store. Under this effect, under this delay is actually affecting them. And right in front of me here is one of my young guy, Clinton, who has also been working with me for about 3-4 years, and he's a very young, hardworking guy. You look at his face; he looks very frustrated, because he's doubting that if in case the business got shut down, maybe he may not have his own work to do or something of that nature. Because my aim was actually to maybe employ about 10 of them, but it's getting very difficult. So Clinton, what can you say about this business?
The business now is so difficult, because at first when we offload 2 weeks time we have sold enough, but now the business is not moving.
For sure, it's not moving, but we just have to keep on, because
Let the solution of this problem that is happening, let God take control.
Okay. So he's saying that we used to sell so much within 2 weeks, but now it's taking almost months. We are not selling anything, and it is true. It is true. Things are really getting very, very tough, very, very tough, and we believe that things will get better no matter the circumstances. And maybe this my friend Tembi, who has been my technician. Maybe he may have something maybe a question to ask, or some of the doubts. Do you have anything to say, Tembi?
Really, boss, I'm having a very short and a simple question. I wish to know if this problem passes, you will still like to continue in the business.
The idea about me continuing with the business is something that I really that, I'm really determined toward business. I'm really devoted to do business, and like I can tell you, business is something I have been doing for over 15, 20 years. And no matter the circumstances, I am still going to do the business. I may have to change the direction of the business until things get better. But to be honest with you, business is part of me, and I will always be there. I will always do the business. It may take few time, but I cannot give up in business because I've really achieved so much in business because my father was a businessman, and we have grown up in a business family. So most of us, we do business. So like you mentioned, I have a bachelor degree in microelectronics, and in addition to that, before I left Cameroon 2007, I had a degree in building construction, civil engineering, but I'm not doing any of those fields except this electronic that I'm doing, which is part of what I did in school. But but in the nutshell, I think it will very I will never abandon business. I am there. I may have to relocate somewhere to do the business elsewhere, maybe not here in Cameroon, or no, maybe not here in Douala, but I will still be in the business field.
Okay, another question. I also have a question in terms of the custom in Cameroon. I don't know if in other countries the problem of the custom, the crisis we also face here with the custom. If elsewhere, maybe in US, you have the problem of mobile custom.
So I just to answer your question, I feel like Cameroon has one of the most highest custom duty, things here in Cameroon because I have tried to ship find inquiries how to ship through Nigeria, and what we spend here is like that's what I can use in Nigeria to clear a container in Nigeria is like 1/3 of what we actually spend here. For instance, if the container here is going to cost us like $10,000 in Nigeria, it may cost maybe 3,000, maybe 3,000 or $3,500. Or maybe if it's costing us 9 million here in Nigeria, it may cost 3 million. The same in Ghana. So it looks like Cameroon has one of the highest. The custom duty here in Cameroon is so expensive, and it's expensive not because it's not what the government has said. It is the people who work on the field. They take a lot of bribery. They are so corrupted that at the end of the day, you may spend maybe 9 million, but what do you actually pay into government coffers is like 4.5 million. The other money just goes through bribery and corruption and other things that you cannot actually they cannot actually give an account for. They just bring any motive and then they try to tell you that you have to pay penalty for this, you have to pay penalty, you have to give bribe so that they should cover you, and if you don't give, the whole system is the same. So I believe custom duty here in Cameroon is very discouraging to a lot of business owners, which I don't know why. Even here, you could realize that a lot of people who ships here in Cameroon, they now pass through Cotonou. Cotonou is here in Benin. In Benin here, a lot of containers, they come there and then they carry it now on the local trucks and they enter with it in Cameroon, passing through Nigeria because their custom duty is very little. And those are the ways we need to promote economic trade in our country. But I'm not seeing Cameroon being that country that's promoting any economic trade because we spend so much money on bribery and corruption, and at the end of the day, what actually goes into government coffers is very little. It's not even up to half of what we spend. So I believe the system is actually corrupted and they need to do something with the system. Although I cannot do because I've been in this container business for over 8 years. It's the same thing every day. The only thing is that now the only way they can have money is through custom department and through Minister of Finance, that they are in charge of Patang and other revenues in Cameroon. But we hope things may get better. One day when the government changes hands, things may get better. We always hope a positive change.
And I also wish to ask if sometimes I'm thinking as if the problem is the fact that we import used materials. Can that be the problem, or
the problem is not that we are importing used material, because other countries they import used material. For instance, you come in my store, we have a lot of new items here. It's not all the items that they are used material. There are most of them that they are new. Like for instance, these are all new stuff that they are coming that we have bought from US. These are not used stuff. They are fairly used. But they are exaggerating a lot of things in this country, Cameroon. So that is probably the problem that we are having. It's not about the used stuff. It's just this, the way the government is being set up. So
Okay, I think that's all I have.
thank you very, very much. Thank you very, very much. I believe things will get better. I will keep on fighting and then trying to see if things one day get better. The person's voice you are hearing is Isaac Sunday, and I'm actually the owner of this business center, American Business Center, Douala, Cameroon. And you can actually get in contact with me here in Cameroon. Our business phone number is 674-298355. Or you can actually contact me with my foreign number is +19712757678. Or you can get in contact with me on the sonif1985@yahoo.com. Sonif is S like Sam, U, Union, N, Nancy, I, International, F like Francis, 1985@yahoo.com. Or you can also contact me on WhatsApp, on the Facebook, and other related social media. But in all, I am very open to advise a lot of people if they want to join this business. I can do the best that I can, advise you to do. So that is it. You can always feel very comfortable to contact me whenever you have anything to say. And right in front of me here is my best friend. He has been doing a lot of, engineering work. Yeah, like you can see he's just coming from the company right now. So my brother, this is just a very short video to enlighten people on this container business or doing brokers business, the way we call it in Douala here. And things have been coming very, very tough on the business, business operator. Is there anything that you can say about, the way you see business here in Douala, Cameroon, which is called the capital city or the economic city of Cameroon?
Actually, business in Cameroon actually is on two perspectives, I can put it.
Right.
Yeah, we have potential buyers and we have potential buyers. Like some of us, I can put it that you are on potential buyers.
Right.
Why? Because we come and take 1 or 2 articles. While potential buyers just come and take everything. Which they have other bigger shops elsewhere where they expose and sell better. So if you say business is actually good or bad in Douala, I can say that at a certain point, business is good. But at a certain point, it is bad. The bad side is it is just simply because of the taxation procedure that exists in the economy.
Right.
Which actually makes it to be a bit difficult for some of us to operate us.
So, sorry, what is your name again?
Ndam.
Oh, yeah, Mr. Ndam. Mr. Ndam, like you have mentioned about the taxation department. Before you came, that was the same thing we were saying, that the taxation department in Cameroon does not really motivate, foreign investors to really invest here in Cameroon, because we look at the taxation system here compared to other neighboring countries like Nigeria, Congo, Benin. Cameroon tends to be one of the highest, country that taxes are so high, custom duty. People bring containers and they even charge them even more than the actual value of the container. But you also deal on wood, right?
Yeah,
Do you guys also have maybe some custom or duties, or maybe some taxation or duties which are labeled on wood before you buy them, or how do you survive? Because it looks like it's getting very difficult.
Actually, on wood business, what I'm doing, for example,
Right.
my own part actually concerns the machines
Right.
that transform the wood. As for the woods that are being exploited,
Right. Right.
So the wood that are being exploited, what happens is that the tax concerning the wood or whatever is being dealt with by
The dealers of the wood.
The
Yeah.
dealer is being dealt with by the forestry department
Right.
of the country. So as far as taxation is concerned, that domain I don't actually know. But on my own domain, actually we have tax that we pay.
But do you buy the idea with me that if there are high taxation on the wood, on those who deals with the wood, it will also impact your business, because the amount of work you will have on woodwork is going to be very reduced, because those who come to you to work with their wood on using your machine, they will not come as often because things
are becoming expensive.
Yeah, things are becoming very expensive on their side, and it also impacts your business because it's like a chain reaction. When things are fine on their side, on your own side too, it will be good. But when things get very worse, even you yourself, it's going to impact you, even your family because you are unable to put a square meal on the table like before. So you think that maybe this socio-economic, socio-political crisis is also affecting your business as well?
Yeah, no, that's true because actually, I can remember 3 years ago. What I can remember is that 3 years ago, we had customers coming from
Southwest, yeah.
Actually, they come here, they buy their whole, do their finished goods, and then just transport it to Banana. But since the crisis began, everything has gone fully down.
And I can actually abide with you because I had some building work that I was doing, and my technicians, they prefer to come here in Douala, buy the wood here, and then do the work, and then just go to the workplace and do the work. But all this time, I've not been seeing them. Somebody will hardly even see them to come down here because they say everything is grounded, and they are not even, their security is not even there. So I think business here in Cameroon, we really need to, keep on praying that someday things will get better, and we will make, we will really, because I believe you even leave your family, you even leave your region of origin to come here in Douala because you were told that Douala is the economic capital of Cameroon, and you think that things are going to be much better there compared to Northwest Province, which I believe that's where you come from. But you see, there's no severe difference. But the difference now is that that's the house rent here is so expensive, bills here are so expensive compared to the village. Even food is so expensive. So maybe one day you may be thinking to go back to your village, and then because there, I believe life there, you can just go behind your house and you harvest your banana, and then things makes it very easy. But thank you very much, Mr. Andam. It was a pleasure meeting you. And my name is Isaac Sunday. I'm the manager of International Business Center Cameroon, and I've been in this business for over 8 years, and the business is really tough this time around. So most of my correspondents have been like asking if I could update them on some video because they are very, very interested to join the business. But I believe if I tell them that things are getting tough, it's not like I'm discouraging them, but I just want to make sure that they should hold on and maybe try to invest on other things, not in this particular business. And maybe someday things will get better. Thank you very much. God bless you.
It was a pleasure to meet you.
Okay, bye-bye.